Greetings YouTubers, it's Jerron Dove and I am back with a brand new video, and a video that I have been looking very forward to doing for quite some time. As you can see, I have a brand new belt to review, and as you can see, of course, from the title of this video and from the design, the logo of this belt bag, you can see it is the SmackDown Tag Team Replica belt. And just to give you a little background on this purchase, I have not purchased a belt since 2015. The last belt review video I did was on the original Winged Eagle belt. Yeah, there was a Winged Eagle belt on the black leather, and there's a simple reason why I haven't bought a belt since then, because life has gotten a lot more kind of difficult financially, so I do not have the money to spend on wrestling belts and things of that nature. So I do, of course, I can afford the pro wrestling loot, things of that nature, the crate boxes, which are things that are only only about $25 a month. But purchasing a belt for a few $100s is not exactly in my current budget. However, this belt was actually a surprise because I believe it was about 2 weeks ago, WWE Shop, they had a promotion. And it was so funny because I get a lot of the WWE Shop emails. They're sent to my work email address. So usually every morning when I get to work, I'm deleting about 2 or 3 WWE Shop emails. And one of them, I was going through the process of just reviewing them to see what was, what they were talking about. One of them had a 50% off replica belts. So I was curious. I checked it out, and it was for all of the tag team title models. So they had the SmackDown tag, Raw tag, and the I believe the old black and copper tag belts, which were used before the brand extension. So I certainly had to hop on it, because I've always said if I were to get a current belt, it would be the SmackDown tag title, just because of how just cool it looked. And this is actually my first belt of the, I guess, kind of the modern era of WWE belts, or since they've stopped using the spinner belt and the old school World Heavyweight Championship belt. So this is my first of the kind of modern current WWE television belts. As you can tell by the bag, it has the WWE Network logo. One thing that's different though with these is that, unlike the past belts I had, which just would have the WWE logo, or they would either have the SmackDown logo or the Raw logo or such and such, this one actually has the SmackDown, actually names the belt. So I find that to be kind of interesting. So let's open this bad boy up and see what we have. And now, of course, as with all my belt videos, I'm just not going to be, in addition to reviewing the belt, I'm going to, of course, give you a little history and background of the belt. I definitely always have to drop some knowledge when it comes to one of my belt videos, so you can certainly get your, I won't say your money's worth, but, get your, I guess, video's worth. So let's remove this bag, and the bag is really, and that's another thing too, the bag is really very sleek, very just kind of a more upgrade quality compared to the old belts, which were really just inside. It was just more of a black kind of surface, but feels like it's just a really kind of good protected, good quality, I guess, upholstery, or whatever you want to call it in here. And the bag is very sleek. It's almost feels velvety. So, and on the back, nothing really to hammer home on the back. The typical WWE logo of authenticity, some stickers, little silica gel pack. Now let's see what we are working with. Now this belt, first off, I just love, and I hope my camera is doing it justice, but just the blue and silver is such a beautiful combination. Blue is one of my favorite colors, period, and I just love the detail on this baby. Not so crazy about the square tip, though it's kind of growing on me. And I guess because every belt that I've purchased have always kind of had the curved, typical, tip. But the square is growing on me. As you can see, you have a WWE logo engraved, the snaps. I really like just the spar. I really like that the Spartan, the detail around it, even as you can see around right here, kind of just the And just the artwork around is really specific, really well done. You have, of course, then you have the WWE logo, and then you have the center plate with tag team champions and the two smart heads facing apart from each other. And honestly, I had never ever been a fan of this belt model. When they introduced these belts, actually for the first time back, I believe it was in 2010, they were far and away my least favorite looking belts on the roster. But once they did the brand switch and have this, when they introduced this blue model, I just instantly fell in love with it. Of course, on this side, of course, same, got the logo engraving, and it's always looked good. And when I saw the sale, I don't think I told you all, the price was plus tax, came up like I think $211. So basically, the belt was on sale for, I believe it was 184 ish or somewhere in that ballpark. And typically, this belt was in the 360s. So a 50% off for a belt that I like, I could not pass that up. So, and just kind of give you a kind of just a little more better look at it, better feel. Of course, it's a standard replica belt. This isn't on a deluxe strap. I have, of course, not bought one of the current belts, so I'm unsure how well it will hold up. But of course, I don't plan to do as much. It'll be more for storing and collecting purposes. But not really concerned about the strap getting loose over time. Of course, ideally, I would like to have this re-leathered in blue, just like this, re-leathered on kind of the standard straps I have all my belts on, so they kind of have that floppiness, and it will be much floppier than what you're seeing right here. But this isn't bad though. I mean, this is not bad at all. It's kind of, let's see some bending action. And all in all, I mean, just a really clean belt. My wife even liked this belt. I actually opened it yesterday, and she was, she really doesn't pay attention to most of the belts I have, but she really likes this one. So I am just a big fan of this. And just to give you some background on the history of it, this belt was introduced in 2016 during the relaunch of the brand extension, which I guess it's still going on, but it's not as great as I thought it would be. But I believe the first team to hold these belts, I'm not exactly sure, but it may have been, could have possibly been Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Or I'm just going down a list of all the teams that have held these belts since their introduction. Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt, American Alpha, Chad Gable, Jason Jordan. Who else after them who got the belts? The Usos, New Day, and the current tag team champions, which would be Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, the Bludgeon Brothers. So not a huge list of names that held the belt, but the belt's only been around since late 2016. So that's some history on the belt, and not really much to say outside of that. I've given you the background on the belt design. So the belt design was created, in 2010 is when they introduced the new tag belts, which of course were on the black leather, and it was copper colored plates, same designs, and of course it wasn't the WWE Network logo, because the Network logo wasn't back. So I assume, I'm not sure if they were two Spartan plates on the sides or what, but they were very closely made to how this one is. But I mean, for 180 something bucks, you can't do better than that. And I'm not even stressed about getting it re-leathered. If I do, I do. If I don't, this will still look great displayed or just taken into some shows. So all in all, I am very satisfied with this purchase. Very satisfied. So once again, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship replica belt. I'm just giving you another look at the goods. Another just close. Now I hope that the contrast, having this on my blue comforter is not causing any kind of a contrast or anything with the color of this video. I hope not. I don't think so though. But once again, a great new addition to my collection. And honestly, there are really no other current WWE belts I'm really that desperate to obtain. I mean, if I were to come across, they were to have a sale on the I'm never really crazy about an Undisputed Raw belt like that. I just don't like all of the red. But if they were to if they were to have a sale on the SmackDown women's belt, I would actually buy that because one, unlike past versions of the women's belt, is, if you were to see it at first glance, you're not a WWE fan or don't even know anything about the current product, you wouldn't even know it was a women's belt, and it looks cool because once again, it's the blue on the white leather, which I love. I mean, that belt is just really. Yeah, actually, if they were to have another sale. If they would have a sale on the SmackDown Women's, I would definitely buy that. And then maybe after that, I might would get the SmackDown Heavyweight title, the WWE Heavyweight belt, currently held by AJ Styles, the traditional, black leather, belt. I would probably get that. But outside of those two, not really any belts I'm really clamoring for in WWE. Well, actually, let me take that back. The European belt. Or is it not the United Kingdom title? That's a belt that's very detailed and very appealing. So I would consider that too, but definitely not desperate in that, unless they have another half off sale like this, I would not be buying a belt anytime in the near future. But once again, I just hope you enjoyed this video, and of course, and I guess I might as well give a plug to WWE Shop. If you are looking for some WWE merchandise, check out WWEshop.com. They do have a lot of deals. Trust me, if you sign up, your email, sign up to receive their email blast, you will receive, my gosh, probably a good maybe 7 emails in a week. They constantly, I'm getting emails every day. So usually on Monday nights after Raw, you can get shirts for like half off. They have a lot of buy one shirt, get one for I think like $1 or get one. Just a lot of sales. So if you're ever in the yard for any official WWE merchandise, then definitely go to WWEshop.com. You will not be disappointed. And once again, I just hope you've enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share if you're into replica belts or just wrestling merchandise, wrestling paraphernalia. Check out some of my other videos on this channel. I will have some more pro wrestling loot videos coming up soon, and also some videos from another wrestling crate service. So be on the lookout for that as well. And this is Jerron Dove signing off. Have a good one.